Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chango Libre.
Chango Libre, once again.
Yep. Wolf is still with us here, and we're just kind of chit-chatting about October. You know, he's taking it out of the line, going with, Morty-tober.
You asked, I brought things over.
Whatever, it's October. But
it's like a regular day.
figure, we can go over some stuff. Me and Doc, we've been going through troubleshooting steps. We recently got into 3D printing. I don't know if that sound just now was the 3D printer or if something just fell. I'm hoping it was just something falling.
Right. And hopefully by falling, we don't mean the 3D printer.
Yeah. So
that would suck because it's right behind me.
Yeah.
If you hear a scream, that's what happened.
Good to know. At least we caught it live. So we actually wound up buying this one, the Anycubic Viper. And we've been messing around with a whole bunch of STL files, especially Doc. I think I've gotten them addicted to My Mini Factory.
Yeah, My Mini Factory, and then, of course, because there's just so many cool things on there.
Yeah.
Then you can look up, of course, Marvel, DC, Star Wars. You can look at anything, literally.
Yeah.
We found a Revan mask.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to be printing here soon. Like I said, we've been troubleshooting it. We had, 2, 3 failed prints?
Yeah. We did have, some crochet needles for that special customer we have.
Yeah.
We had some golf tees for the other special customer.
For Monkey Mom and Monkey Dad? Yep.
Pretty much. Always got to be them first.
Yeah.
And that actually came out all right.
Yeah, those actually came out perfectly, to be honest.
But it's everything after that. We've been, trying to print something for us, and that's where we're having issues.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's like the 3D printer god said, no print for you. That is my impersonation of the Seinfeld character, the soup Nazi. Just so that nobody gets into his soup.
Timely reference. By the way, I don't know if you saw that Netflix, I guess, acquired the thing for Seinfeld.
Yes, actually, I tried to watch the first episode.
Mm-hmm. And?
Horrible.
I had the same response. I was like, I remember this being funnier.
And I think it's probably the later episodes because I watched it and I was like, they were in the restaurant and I'm like, this looks nothing like the restaurant they were usually in. I'm sure it was later episodes or they went to a different restaurant. But what am I going to say? Considering that, Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David every time it gets syndicated, they make $400 million a piece.
Oh, wow.
Too bad Kramer doesn't make that kind of money. Or George Costanza. Jason Alexander. That's his name.
Which one?
The bald-headed one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And Julia Louis-Dreyfus. That's the female, by the way.
Yeah. I guess by the name. I just still don't know her character.
Yeah. Elaine, that was the name of her character.
I never was big into Seinfeld.
There were some episodes that I thought were funny, but it's just like I can't watch it from the beginning. I tried and I was like, ew.
Yeah. I kind of went through a similar thing with remember Friends?
Yeah.
The later episodes I can watch. Just the very first episodes I'm just like, Then the whole bringing the monkey and then,
I can watch the episodes. There's some that I have to skip because they're just frustrating. Like the whole, are we on a break or not on a break? I'm like, ugh.
Can I sleep around or not? That's the question.
Screw it, dude. Grow a pair.
Yeah.
You're in New York. Go find somebody.
But yeah, other than that, I saw. Did you hear about the whole situation with Dave Chappelle? What's the special that?
The
The Closer.
Yeah, Closer.
So,
I've been wondering what happened to Dave Chappelle, to be honest.
No. He had signed like a contract with Netflix to do like 5 specials.
Yeah, he's got like an exclusivity deal with them.
And I mean, he's been fulfilling it. Don't get me wrong, but I think this last one, they've been trying to cancel him because was it transphobic?
Yeah, they were saying like transphobic, homophobic language or something like that.
So,
but again, like one of his other specials, they were doing the same thing.
So, I mean, not going to get too much into it because we really don't know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm just kind of interested to keep up with it just to see what happens.
Yeah. It is one of those interesting things, and it's kind of hard to see, especially as not comedians, because sometimes, like, what they say in the show isn't exactly what they actually feel. It's just what you get with the most reactions out of, you know?
Yeah, there's that, but there's also, like, sometimes, like, the whole point of a joke is you take a premise and you exaggerate it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of like what you said, like, there may be something that, like, you hear and you just take it to the extreme.
Yeah.
And then, like, somebody might get upset and it's like, well, you do realize that this was based off of...
Yeah. But, I mean, I was going to continue to say, at the same time, I also kind of understand it's still a very sensitive subject right now. It's, I mean, I would akin it to, you know, making 9/11 jokes like on 9/12, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm more interested to see how it plays out regardless of the politics of it. But,
yeah,
you know, because, again, being from a different age or whatever, just, I always, like with Richard Pryor and George Carlin, they always stress the point that, you know, comedians are supposed to push boundaries. Their job is to sometimes offend you.
Yeah.
You know, they're supposed to show that other side of society. Just, you know, so it's, while I do get why there's an issue, at the same time, it's, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. So I do get the human side of it. But it's like, to me, comedy is still part of the arts.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I know this is exaggerating that point, like, what are we going to start trying to, I don't want to say ban, I don't think that's the correct word, but censor, maybe? Like, what are we going to try to censor because somebody got offended by it?
Yeah.
Like, this is a very touchy subject. By all means, not saying that you don't have a right to feel a certain kind of way. But at the same time, you are getting really close to censoring, whether it's comedy or art or literature. So, I don't know. It's like I said, it's an interesting time.
Oh, yeah.
I was
about to say, moving on to a different, less serious
on a happy note.
Right. So, did you get a chance to look up El Dorado? I know we were talking about it last time. The Hispanic superhero from the Super Friends of the 80s.
You said happier, not a more depressing note.
Well, it's not depressing because realistically, I remember those, and they had the Whirlwind Samurai, the Asian superhero. They had El Dorado, the Hispanic Latino superhero.
I feel like this is like until I saw it, I felt like it was a joke that it was like, oh, this is just a South Park reference that they're pulling my leg on. Nope, that's real.
No, I'm pulling it up right now so everybody can see it on the, you know, on our channel here. But
there should be a warning. There should
that's not.
There should be a warning coming up on screen right now that prepare.
I know. El Dorado Hero. There we go.
Oh, and they got the movie El Dorado. Okay, we know Google is slightly.
Yeah. Just bring up a picture of any Mexican dude in a red cape. Gotcha.
So, hold on, come back up. I legit thought that was just a Lego piece that was like Hispanic. Then I was like, no, they give him the cape and everything.
We should make a mini like that.
Do it. Let's do it.
We just gotta try to find the right mini.
Oh shit! Look, they even put him with the Wonder Twins, like we were talking about.
Like I said, I give him a D for effort, but
oh god, What abomination is this? Oh, it's DeviantArt. I'm not going to rag on somebody's art, even though I just did. Okay. Shut it.
We thought it was official.
Yeah, we thought it was official.
Oh, Apache Chief.
Yep, Inek Chuck.
Black Vulcan.
Black Vulcan.
Yeah, that was his name. I always, as a kid growing up, I thought it was Black Lightning, but in this version of the Super Friends, it was Black Vulcan.
Huh.
Didn't understand as a kid, so I tell you that I understand it now either. Now, if you look at that picture right there,
which one? This one?
The left, go further to the left, and now right there, he looks like super heroic.
Yeah,
like I can fly.
I'm kicking ass.
Yeah, I have laser beams that kill people. Super strength. And in the cartoon, I don't know if he could actually fly. Like we discussed. 3D.
I'm wondering because I know we.
I'm not gonna lie. I always rag on him because I was like
third window.
I'm wondering what his superpowers are like in their entirety. Because we do rag on him, but at the same time, he's like, let's see where powers and abilities. El Dorado's powers were not well defined.
They were highly ambiguous. No shit.
His most frequent used ability was teleportation.
Hold on, I'm going to say this because I thought my brain immediately filled that last bit in with the joke of like his most used ability was tortilla. I don't know why that came to my brain.
I mean, it's a useful ability for us, but
I just thought that would be in there.
So, I think I've read enough there. His powers are undefined.
Wait, hold on. His teleportation was done by wrapping his cape over his body and vanishing. That's not teleporting. That's just you wrapping yourself up in a blanket and moving.
Hey, man. Hey. We don't have many Hispanic superheroes. Just leave it alone.
Hey, we do have the Falcon's sidekick.
El Falcon.
In fact, I think they're going to run that story when they debut the new Captain America.
Okay.
Oh God. I think it was a storyline where Captain America.
Wait. Hold on a second. Now I think about it. You're not saying the Falcon's sidekick as in like the bird that's with him, are you?
I was about to say that's the case. That is fucked up.
He had his own sidekick that, if I'm not mistaken, do you remember when they made Captain America a Hydra agent?
Yes.
I think so.
So
Sam Wilson? Joaquin Torres Falcon?
Yes.
Human Falcon teenage. Wait, his mom fucked a falcon? I mean, I guess in a world of mutants and whatnot, that's a bit easier to believe. Maybe not the falcon fucking thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel kind of bad now.
But continue.
So yeah, so the Falcon gave up the mantle of the Falcon and became Captain America.
Uh-huh.
So apparently Joaquin became the new Falcon. And then at some point, I think he said, I don't know, what happened to the character? I think it was during the events of the Civil War.
Yeah. It says, during the Secret Empire storyline, Falcon 2 and Ironheart joined the Champions when they joined up with the Underground.
Oh man, that's fucked up. They can't even just let him be Falcon.
Yeah.
It's like, you Falcon 2, that's what you are.
And I guess we have,
Sir, correction, Falcon Dos.
Falcon
Sorry.
El Ocho.
Yep. By the way,
It's bold move cotton. Let's see if it pays out.
for reference, our parents are Mexican, so we're not sitting there making fun of people of color.
Yeah.
We're just making light of the fact that in an age where everybody wants representation everywhere, we got
El Dorado and
Falcon Dos. Which sounds like Birdman's psychic, not necessarily the
Falcon 1 died by hitting the plane. This is Falcon 2.
I know.
he got caught in the jet engine. Just
Falcon 3 here.
Falcon was
Falcon 3 got mauled by a cat.
so,
honestly, when you said the Falcon sidekick,
I thought about the Falcon.
The actual bird Falcon. That
I did too, to be honest. I was just like,
it's all
that's fucked up.
When you said that they're going to bring him into the MCU, I was like, wait, like, Like the bird?
No, the new Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's literally like a drone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, which, by the way,
have you watched any of that?
I started watching it. You know me, live action stuff. Even if it's MCU, I'm still having trouble with the suspension of disbelief. Mm-hmm. But I am liking the way they're handling the story better. They're handling it better than the comic book did, oddly enough. Because in the comic book, the Falcon, turned into Captain America, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm the new Captain America," blah blah blah. And this one, it feels like he's actually kind of like going through a struggle and being like, "Am I worthy of being Captain America?"
They did a better job of weaving the story together.
Yeah, because that is one issue I had with the Falcon becoming Captain America in the comics, was just like, it was like,
ta-da.
Yeah, he was like, ta-da, coming out in the new choice and just being like,
but like, look, I got the suit from the closet, I'm good.
Yeah.
Actually, the thing about the Winter Soldier and the Falcon that I liked the most was how they introduced the other character with the super soldier serum that they experimented on. The older gentleman that was African American.
Oh yeah,
that also had the super strength.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Which
I didn't even know that part of
Yeah,
Captain America is not one of my favorite characters, anyways. But I thought that was very interesting that they put that in.
Yeah, which I am wondering if they're gonna. I mean, unfortunately, I guess they can't go with the Nomad route anymore.
I don't think so.
Or U.S. Agent.
Well, yeah, they're actually gonna go.
Oh yeah, that's right. The other guy was called. It was U.S. Agent, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was Captain America, the guy with the big, ugly-looking chin.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Russell's son, that's his name.
His name is Kurt Russell's son.
That might as well be. Because literally nobody has to.
I think that's on his birth certificate.
What's his name? Kurt Russell and son.
What should we name him? Kurt Russell.
My son.
Yeah. But, yeah. It looks very awkward with the chin.
Can I just say that, like, one of the questions is Torres the Falcon?
His name is Wyatt Russell, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I don't care about that dude. Captain America.
I like the first result is Captain Hook.
Oh, I'm trying to, I guess, versions. Yeah. Because I actually didn't know about, I'm not super into Captain America either, but I didn't know about, the whole, the older black guy until I got to that episode, and afterwards I was looking it up and I was like, that's interesting. I kind of dig his costume too, but I guess let's do this Fandom Wire one. It says alternate versions of Captain, but of the Cap. Oh god!
Wow, Colonial Captain America,
Iron Cap, which looked like an old man Cap.
It's funny you have that picture of the Red Skull.
Uh-huh.
That has always been one of my favorite villains.
Yeah. Which, honestly, is like, I think we've discussed this before, but you honestly can't have a good Captain America story without like Hydra being in there. They just go hand in hand with each other, Yeah,
because when we had that conversation, it was about, in DC, you can sit there. Batman has the best villains.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
Yeah.
And then, you have, of course, you have your big three, the Trinity. But realistically, if you look at Marvel, like, who are Marvel's best characters? I mean, they've done a really good job of elevating B-level characters because of the MCU.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Tony Stark, Iron Man was never that big of a hero before.
I mean, other than the getting drunk episodes on the comics, I thought that was a really good story. But,
yeah, it was.
I thought the Ultimates were better stories for those heroes but in my opinion, they were just never A-level heroes.
Yeah.
I mean, their best character was probably Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But, I mean...
And the Hulk.
Yes, I agree. But, the Hulk was always sad because they pushed him to the side.
Yeah.
And he got to do those movies with Ang Lee. Ang Lee, and then the Edward Norton Hulk, and which
is still a pretty decent Hulk. Which is the Eric Bana Hulk was maybe not so much.
No, that was pretty sad. Hulk sad.
That was the buffest scientist I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and not to say that scientists can't be buff, just
Hulk knows that he wasn't puny man.
But let's actually, I guess, move over to, or rather back to October right quick.
Yes, let's do
These are some of the models I've been looking at, maybe for a little bit over a few years, to be honest. and by the way, these are the Cromlech line of orcs. They are one of the main celebrators of Orktober, and they tend to always release some pretty fucking awesome.
I like that one.
Which one?
You know which one? The one that looks like the red skull of orcs.
This one right here?
Yep.
I would say he looks more like the dumpy former president of orcs, but
yeah, but at least he has a uniform on,
He's the Iron Reich Orc Taskmaster.
Yes.
Nailed it on the head.
Yeah. He looks like he's saying, hey, let's create a new version of armed services. We'll call it Space Force.
Yeah. Let us build a wall and we will make the Space Marines pay for it.
Good luck with that. They don't pay for their own shit.
Hey, man. He doesn't know how it's going to work, but he's going to make it work.
We'll make the Space Marines play for it. Hey, who's the Archie? You gonna play for that? Thank you.
El Dorado, come here. Translate for me.
He said, fuck you.
That's actually nice. Those are actually really nice.
Yeah, they're also really well painted too.
Oh, turd butt.
Not as twerky as the default orcs, but definitely twerk butt, But more along the lines, give me 1 second. I'm trying to find their actual. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Guns and fungus.
Yeah, some goth rockers.
Look, that looks like a slash version.
Yep, it is.
That is actually really cool. I like that.
You get the whole set.
Yeah. These are some of the ones I've been wanting to get, but I always kind of restrain myself from getting it because I think they're UK based, and that would take months to get over here.
Yeah, but once you purchase them,
Yeah, but this guy right here is one of the ones I've been wanting to get, and I'll go ahead and transfer over to that page in just a second. But then you have like all these cool ass vehicles, yeah.
Dude, you should get a cool ass vehicle. I think you deserve to treat yourself.
I have such a huge backlog.
So what's one more?
And then these guys right here.
What could it hurt?
The squigs. I've been wanting to get a squig. Or as they call them here, because the squig is copyrighted by Games Workshop, the Gnaw. The Killer Gnaw.
Killer Gnaw, no, 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 no.
But yeah, these guys just look so happy. Oh, there's Captain Orc. We were just talking about that.
That is hilarious.
I like the pose.
Right? You have some Space Orcs too, but this is the guy I've been wanting to get. Just full on, big ass mech suit. Juggernaut mecha orc. But yeah, that's the kind of orcs I've been wanting to get, like nice and beefy orcs. I do like the Cromlech line. But let's hit up some of your art. So I know you have a lot more Psylocks in store.
Yeah.
Any cool, interesting stories that we could throw up here? Just.
Honestly, it's I'm in a Facebook group where there's about 4 of us, maybe even more than that are all into collecting Psylocke, and some of them, I know this guy that I know, he was at New York Comic Con this year, 2021, and he got a Psylocke from this guy named David Nakayama, I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm really jealous. But yeah, I mean, honestly, best thing you can do is, the best story I could say is just, every time we go, it's just, let's see who gets to the table first. You know, it's always really fun. I mean, I like it just because usually we're all kind of a little bit excited for everybody else, you know. So, you know, I like collecting, you know, the Psylocks and whatever else I decide to get drawn. Because most of the guys that I know from collecting, we're all pretty happy for somebody else, you know, getting something.
Really?
And slightly jealous when we don't
Yeah,
get a chance.
that seems more like a jealousy thing.
You'd be like, I'm so glad for you, son of a bitch.
Pretty much. That's about right. I'm so glad for you. You suck.
I'm so glad your mother sucks.
Yeah, but no, but seriously, I mean, most of us are just pretty happy,
pretty chill,
pretty chill, pretty. You know, like I said, really happy for somebody else that, you know, even if we don't get something, and slightly jealous.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean the people I've met so far. I don't think they're part of that Facebook group, but just, you know,
yeah,
from the Nerds of Anarchy. They're pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're all everybody's pretty chill, and everybody's willing to help each other out. You know, even if you're not at the convention, you'll find somebody that, you know, you can usually help each other out. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of any interesting stories that might have happened while. Oh, a friend of mine, when we were in San Antonio at a convention that is, I think, now defunct. It's called Alamo City. A friend of mine named Bob
was right quick. Is that the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger was there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, we were downtown, and so the convention was usually at the Henry B. Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call it arena or convention center here.
Yeah.
And there's like, literally, it's in downtown San Antonio. There's 2 hotels, literally one right across the street from it and one connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there, and it just so happened that Greg Capullo, which has been working on Batman since forever, Jim Lee was there. I forgot who else. And my friend Bob wind up. We all left because we were tired, and we went back to our rooms and just, you know. And then later on, he was like, "Where were you guys at?" This fool was doing. He did, I think, a shot or two with Jim Lee and Greg Capullo. And I forgot who else, but I was like, dude, you called us for everything else. You called us for everything else, and you couldn't call us for that. I'm like, dude, you suck, boy, you know. Like, hey guys, what are you doing? But you can't call us for when you're taking a shot with, you know. So, I mean, a lot of different things can happen, you know. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
So, I know one thing that we were discussing yesterday was some of the rules of when you guys do tournaments for
oh, God, yeah.
Warhammer.
Yeah. I mean, where do you want to start with that? Like, well, for one, I have, because of the rules of, you know, and by all means, I'm not trying to knock them. I'm going to stay away from tournaments for, like, ever. I think I'm just going to stick to friendly games. If it's going to be like, hey, you know, I'm willing to pick up a game with anybody, I think. But if it's going to be one of those things that's like a WYSIWYG player, nah.
So, for those of you who don't know, what is WYSIWYG?
WYSIWYG is just short for what you see is what you get. And literally, if the model has a knife and a gun, then that's what that model is equipped with, and you can't proxy it. And just so you know what proxy is, approximation. You can always just use an approximation. And I guess that's another thing that we talked about yesterday.
Like, this knife is actually a sword.
Yeah. So, and if I remember correctly, one of the biggest things that we all kind of agree is that I think if we all played, we can play with someone that's using a proxy, I guess, unit, right?
Like one model, things like that.
Yeah, but so much a proxy army where you have nothing but bases, or you have nothing but just, in this case, Buttermilk Ranch.
I don't care how delicious it is.
Or virtual representation saying, hey, this little token right here is whatever it is versus virtual, being physically able to see, the vehicle or the army itself.
This paperclip is actually a Land Raider.
I know we were talking about how sometimes people play without painting their armies.
Yeah.
And there are people who are very, sticklers for the rules, and hey, that's fine. That are just refuse to play with people that have an unpainted army.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's one thing people forget is like, in like any kind of hobby or stuff like that, you can always just not play or interact with those people.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Is like if somebody refuses to play with somebody because their models aren't painted, okay, you don't have to play. Vice versa, y'all don't have to play. And like same thing, if that person can't get games in because they refuse to play with
somebody,
even if they're just friendly, eventually they're going to come up and like you can still say no because that person's probably
a dick.
Yeah, a dick. He's probably that guy.
Yeah.
I know my point of view from somebody on the outside, kind of looking in, was like I wouldn't care if the person's army wasn't painted, but if all you had was a bunch of tokens and you were telling me, hey, use your imagination. I'm like, no. I have a good imagination, but I don't care if your army. I don't care if your army's painted, but and I can, suspension of disbelief is all great and everything, but
when you're expected to imagine the whole thing.
Yeah. Like that's a tank and this is that, and I'm like, look, man, I'd rather just put some effort into my stuff over here than having to literally imagine, oh, well, that's a tank. And you like, again, not that I've ever played the game, but still, I'm like, that's, like, no.
That's me. Like, I'm fine with proxies because I'll proxy stuff occasionally. But, like, I try to, like, go for a close representation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get something similar. And, like, for the most part, I know people that do the same thing. Just because you may not want to spend the money on this new thing that just dropped or this unit that you've been looking at, and you want to test it out. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Because I know I've tested out some burner boys, and from my orc army by proxying them with knobs. But I actually used actual models that I already had, and just said, hey, I'm using these as these guys instead of these guys. So, I mean, it's still a step up from using a blank base.
Like, I will say, what you see, what you get, like, I get why. It's a twofold thing, because I get why the people play that way simply to avoid, like, rules issues and stuff like that. Where it's like, oh, you say that guy has a plasma, but he's only, like, carrying, like, a pistol or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it easier to discern, okay, you have this in there, not to forget things. But also, at the same time, like, point values change.
Yeah.
Like, that plasma gun, that was like, it would never be this, but like, that was 100 points, all of a sudden now is 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it more enticing to take without having to completely change out your squad's loadout.
Yeah.
It's like, if everybody played with a what you see, what you get attitude, you would be magnetizing every single thing, and that is way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, I think I always equated to when I played WoW, and you had people on there that took away. I mean, hey, by all means you can, but to me, if I played WoW, it was always about just having fun doing it.
Yeah.
And there was people that, oh, you don't have the right armor, or your armor doesn't match, and I'm like, who cares? Just look, man, just go through this, let's play, let's have fun with it.
Yeah.
But there are people that just are such, like, sticklers for every little rule that I'm like, it sucks the fun out of it. And I'm like, the reason you do this is kind of just to
relax and just kind of
relax and get your mind away from everything else. I'm like, but all these rules, hey, while they're good and there's those people with that kind of personality, great. But for me, I'm like, kind of want to get away from that mentally, so that like that's why I'm playing this.
Yeah, for sure. It's just one of those things. Like, I guess those kind of people are, and it sounds horrible, but those kind of people are useful, I guess, in certain situations, and that, they can structure things, They make amazing guild masters because, hey, especially if it's going to be a successful guild, you need structure. But at the same time, you just kind of need to relax, man. Just,
I agree. Like I said, and it's so weird because, like I said, from me looking out, from the outside looking in, I'm like, negative on that.
So speaking of, I guess you can consider these people gatekeepers, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's part.
Is there any kind of gatekeeping in the in your hobby, in your art collecting hobby? I'm pretty sure there is gatekeeping, but it's just one of those things like what shape does it take?
Honestly, okay, so I'll just say with me, right? There was at one point that I was getting my sketches drawn on sketch covers, on blank sketch covers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've seen some of them.
Yeah.
They're just same comic book. It's just the cover is blank so they can draw on it.
Yeah.
So for me, I would, if I wanted a Batman, I would have them draw it on a Batman sketch cover.
Mm-hmm.
Or some kind of, or even a Justice League sketch cover.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't have Batman drawn on an Aquaman or, just one of those things, you know what I'm saying? Now, there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do, but hey, it just looks weird.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and tell you your business because that's your business,
Why is Batman on Aquaman?
He visited Atlantis.
But some people are like, they'll get Marvel characters drawn on DC. It is what it is, but to me, it's just weird. So I don't know if there's gatekeeping per se, but there's people that just, first thing they're like, oh, well, why is Captain America on a Batman cover? That's not right. I'm like, it may not be, because sometimes it doesn't make sense to me either, but at the same time, wasn't your money.
Yeah.
It's none of your business. But I will say, it still doesn't look right. It looks horrible, in my personal opinion. But, I mean, hey, if that's all you got, then go with it.
Very true.
So, I don't know. I mean, more than anything else, in my hobbies, it's literally the only thing you really have to fight is when you get to a Comic-Con, you try to get there early, and you try to buy the right pass so you can get in 30 minutes early, so you can head to the table of the artist that you want. First and foremost, hope that he's taking commissions and hope that the vendors haven't filled up that list. Everybody hates vendors. Not that they hate the vendor itself, but just the fact that you're not a Comic-Con attendee, you're a vendor.
Yeah.
So some Comic-Cons, they do look down on that. Mm-hmm. So they won't let the vendors sign up. Mm-hmm. So, and it's because a lot of times the vendors sign up to get a sketch, and then they turn it right back around and flip it on eBay. And then, of course, it makes artists raise their prices because they see, oh, hold on, I charge $150 for the sketch. You're selling it for $300, and then sometimes it goes even higher.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, why should I sit there and let you make all that money when I can just charge you $300 to make more money? Which, hey, it's fair, but it's kind of like the prices keep going up.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like from the last video that we did with that Jason Football piece. I guarantee you he's probably $600 or more now for those pieces. So, oof. Yeah. I mean, or even that Nin piece, now that she's done covers, mm-hmm. is more expensive, but you can understand that part because as she's gotten more popular, she's done major covers for like DC, and I want to say Marvel. Mm-hmm. So, okay, that I understand that bump, but if you look on eBay, there's people that are not like people, like if I decided to draw something and put it on eBay and they're like $70, and you're like, yeah, not to rag on you, I appreciate the effort, but I wouldn't even take it for free. it's awkward. The art collecting thing. You can see everybody's prices are going up. Whether you're a skilled cover artist or not.
Yeah.
Everybody's raising their prices. So I don't know.
Yeah. Guess another thing I wanted to ask you. What did you think about building orcs the other day? Because, just so everybody knows, I put everybody to work here. I put Wolf and Doc to work building out orc army so I could, try to catch up on my Orktober painting.
He didn't pay us.
Yeah, that's why I put you to work. Just get to work, slave. Ciao!
You said it, not me.
No, I mean, actually, I really enjoyed it. Probably, like I said, the fact that you just let me customize the orcs however I wanted.
Yeah.
You saw that I chopped off somebody's hand right at the knuckles and put a Wolverine type claw on it. And,
yeah.
I thought that was fun. I mean, it's a lot more fun when there's really no limitation to what you can do.
Yeah.
Until you run out of parts.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you saw that one orc, the way I had it. He had like a really gigantic head on one side and a regular orc head on the other.
Yeah.
And then you super glued that one orc's head on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
or that one dude's head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And several things came out of that night. We got the Rambork.
Yep.
We got the Lane Orc.
Yep.
And we got Buster, the guy that has all the explosives.
Yep. So, I mean, like I said, it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it, I mean, but I always enjoyed, like I said, customization.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's my imagination run wild with. I was kind of bad. Kind of felt bad because it was like that piece that had like that skull emblem on it that I just couldn't figure out where to put it.
Yeah.
But
it happens. Speaking of skull piece, yeah, there it is. I've been messing around with it. I've been trying to flatten it out. But, sometimes you can, if you flatten them out, you can use them as emblems on some other shit. So, but yeah,
just flat it out.
Pretty much.
Or skull.
Pretty much. Wolf, you got anything?
It was fun building the orcs because I did just make two choppy guys.
Mm-hmm.
One dude in a kind of YMCA pose.
Yeah.
And then I made a guy that was in charge of the mines, literally about to step on his own mine.
Yeah.
Which it was kind of fun because I just got to be silly.
Yeah.
But
that is the one thing I do like about the orcs is just you could be silly and it still looks cool. Damn it. Just I think the first set of orcs, the first 40, 50, 60 orcs that I did are a bit on the more serious side. So I was just just have fun. If it doesn't belong, make it fit. You good. I don't care. Yes, make it fit. Use lots of lube and make it fit. Said lube, not spit. That's disgusting.
I'm sorry. I'm just over here drinking. But I will say, kind of the gatekeeping thing, I think, our hobby's a little more known for it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I wouldn't say, if anybody's necessarily, just perusing through stuff, they're going to immediately get attacked by, oh, well, you got to play this or stuff like that. But, if you ever go to a shop, even if it's, a local shop, there's always going to be somebody there trying to, tell you about how good something is.
Yeah.
That's that's fine and dandy, but I mean, for me, I've always played off meta. Eventually, I end up buying everything, but I have an entire Space Wolves list that is nothing but Fenrisian Wolves, Thunderwolf Cavalry,
and just to explain, what is the meta?
Whatever is doing the best at the moment is
considered the meta.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right now, Dark Eldar, aka Druki, are at the top. No, I haven't looked at it in a while, but for the most part, any Space Marine chapter isn't necessarily at the top, even though some of them have won tournaments, just because it's one of those things of nobody expects them to win, and anybody that like reads the books and reads the rules and knows the game can win with them. I will say this one thing is like everybody puts their eggs into the meta of like, oh hey, these guys are really really strong, just period. But if you look at it, like any army can technically win because the game itself is more objective based.
Yeah.
So it's like, as long as you know how to play the objectives and keep your opponent off of them, you can win.
Yeah. So switching subjects yet again, because I just looked over and I just saw your Cad Bane, mini, your doc.
Yeah, from Star Wars Legion.
Yeah. Did you have fun building that one?
Yeah, I really did. But I mean, honestly, I would love to build like, not to play Legion or whatever, but just to build out a Star Wars army of all the players. Because I was looking at one for, Luke Skywalker in the black outfit, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, just to get the characters that I like, maybe some Stormtroopers. Again, not to play the game because really don't have much of an interest in it. Yeah, just the characters that I like. But I will say that I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I love the character, but it wasn't even in the character or anything. It was just the materials didn't seem as the kind of quality that you have on Warhammer. The plastic didn't seem as thick. Yeah,
that's true. I did help you here and there, and it feels like the plastic's more.
It's very
wavy.
Yes, like it's easier to bend if you wanted to.
Yeah. That plastic reminds me of the same type of plastic they use for Crisis Protocol.
I thought, because the Hulk that I have, or the Hulk that I painted for a doc, I guess it's one of the very first Crisis Protocol stuff that came out, but I'm pretty sure that's the same plastic as Games Workshop. It was that solid gray plastic that,
theirs is a lighter color. It's almost similar to that.
No, it wasn't.
It was almost black.
That one? Well, no, that one was almost white, remember?
No, not this one.
Well, like I said,
the Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk was almost black.
Like I'm saying in quality, but like the stuff I have, like it's similar in color to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, bust one out. And I don't mean anything else other than a miniature, but yeah.
Hey, don't make fun of him that way.
Yeah.
That was just genetics, not his fault.
There's a lot of zipping sounds and just without any.
Sounds bad just all the way around.
I was on Instagram looking at a lot of hot chicks, so my fault. Let's see, there's.
So I'm see that.
We'll see, like it's similar,
right with that?
Because like
looks similar.
Yeah,
it looks similar, but like the thing is, like their plastic doesn't behave the same as GW. Like it behaves.
You mind if I open it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I just want to make sure it's okay with you before I open it.
Because the thing is, like they're slightly lighter in shade and they're slightly lighter in color. And like if you take the plastic glue that we normally work with, it doesn't seem to bond as well.
That is weird, dude. Like I swear to you, the Hulk that.
Well, see, like that's what I'm thinking. Is because here's the thing is I think
I'm taking his booty.
Hulk and MODOK were the first two released outside of the starter set, which has starter set has Ultron, Red Skull, Doc Ock, a whole bunch of guys, has Cap, America, Marvel, Black Widow, Iron Man, has them, and then Hulk and MODOK were the first expansion to two characters.
Yeah.
I think they were made slightly different than the rest of them, because these guys are similar to the stuff that's in the starter set, and the starter set does not, like, the plastic doesn't act anywhere near...
Really?
Like, the plastic I'm used to.
Yeah. Really? Because
like, they have... Like, when you look at it, like, if you kind of pull it out and look at it, you're like, oh, that's the same type of plastic that GW has. That's the same type of plastic that GW has, but when you really like start looking at it, you're like, no, that's different. And when you touch it and feel it and start working with it, you're like, that doesn't feel anything like it.
No, I'm telling you, like the Hulk was exactly the same plastic as.
Well,
yeah.
But like I haven't had a chance to get a Hulk or a MODOK.
Yeah.
But like
I'm wondering if MODOK is going to be the same, but yeah.
Like the starter set, like is similar to these guys.
Really?
Yeah. It was like it feels weird. The plastic glue doesn't adhere as good, and like it just feels so much different than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't have any. I was gonna see if you would let me cut a piece of the plastic.
You can take one of the bases.
No, I don't want any of the bases. I was gonna snip part of the screw off and melt it together with plastic glue. But I took everything inside earlier, so you know.
I mean, I have extra spruce from this stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and give me some. I want to see how they react because I did a similar test because I was wondering if
like, you know, like with like if you take GW
mm-hmm.
and if you sit there and like slap plastic glue on
mm-hmm.
and then like adhere to something and then let's say it's a weak connection point because it's like a little finicky and it doesn't need to bear weight and it has like a small point and like you're working on it later on and you apply too much pressure and it bends it.
Yeah.
You see that plastic kind of peel apart and pull.
Yeah, because whenever...
This stuff, I've literally had Black Widow's arm on her torso. It didn't fully cure, and I was messing with it, messing with her hair, and then, like, my pinky got too close and put too much pressure on it, and the arm just came off.
Yeah.
Completely, like, just like there was nothing there.
No spider webbing.
No spider webbing, no pulling plastic. It was a solid flush.
I think that happened the same thing with that arm, the very first arm that I glued on there.
Yeah.
But I had already glued it on there, but like I said, I was trying to put something else. I think the mistake that I made was that I should have like done the breathing apparatus on him. Because to me, that was the hardest part to put on there.
I had to help you with that part. But yeah, because remember when I told you I was like, I'm going to cut a piece of the plastic off?
Yeah. And
I bonded it together just to check if the glue was going to work on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I dare say like this guy is made out of maybe not the same plastic as Games Workshop, but similar plastic enough that it bonded like it properly melted and bonded to each other. Because even when his arm fell off when he was talking about it, like there was spider webbing there. It just hadn't fully cured, you know?
Yeah, like
yeah, and I will say about those, the bases suck because they're only small bases. I will say like this.
I've been kind of like wanting to get into the Crisis Protocol just because, like, sometimes I don't want to play a full game of 40K.
Yeah,
Crisis Protocol can be like done relatively quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I like everything about the miniatures and the characters and stuff like that. The only thing I gripe about is the bases. Because the idea is like, for the most part, the idea is they're supposed to be like in the streets fighting and stuff like that.
The streets of New York, yeah.
For the most part, everything just looks like craggy marble sidewalk. Like, well, of course, that's how they paint them. But like, even when you just look at the base itself, it's like there's nothing street related to this.
Yeah,
I mean, realistically, it just looks like they're, I don't know, hubcap or something.
Yeah, for the most part, it's like, and that's the thing. It's like they have the variation where it's like, oh, they're on like a loading dock type thing.
Yeah.
On the sidewalk or right by a crosswalk, and even then, there's no road.
Yeah.
It just makes it feel weird.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't know. I mean, as much as I would like to have a collection of these, I'm like,
why don't instead of putting them on bases, I guess keeping them on base right now, try to make a little diorama, or I could try to make a diorama for you. Yeah. Just collect all the ones that you want, put them in the you know. But again, that you said, Cad Bane. You have Cad Bane. You said Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Darth Maul. It'd be kind of hard to put a diorama for all of them together.
Yeah, right? No, that's like I said, when you said diorama, I'm like, in my head, I'm picturing like,
where all of them are together in one scene, yeah.
They're like, unless they're out waiting on the unemployment line because Disney messed up all those movies,
That would be hilarious. An unemployment line for Disney characters.
Yeah. You just see Darth Maul there and like epic music going dun 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 as he's writing his little name on his unemployment check.
I kind of want to see that now. I want to see like them in a line, like them finally unemployment, and then there'll be an orchestra to the side,
and then he sounds like Larry David, the creator of Seinfeld.
Dun, 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 dun. I butchered that bass line, but oh well.
But yeah, so I mean, like I said, it's cool. I think what I will say is that the orcs offered way more, but of course it's such a smaller piece.
Yeah,
there's not really a lot of customization. just two different kinds of arms, like, a head, so either he wears the hat or
doesn't wear the hat, yeah.
So, but I mean, I'm sure if you bought, like, to make the stormtroopers, they probably have a little bit more customization, but
I would hope so.
But
they're a bit more generic, and yeah. But at the same time, from what I saw, that's a push-to-fit model.
Yeah.
As in, it's just like, but I would be afraid that the stormtroopers would suffer from monopose syndrome, which is a whole different subject that we got into last night, and I think we should avoid that one today.
Yeah. Maybe like another 17 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, as the thing, like, if I remember correctly, when Legion first came out, they were trying to kind of be like an answer to like 40K and like Warhammer just in general. Mm-hmm. But I think they kind of slid over to more of a skirmish style, simply because, again, when you first come out, you can't really compete.
Yeah.
On that scale. So I think they did the right thing of like go for more of a skirmish style, because like, to me, I'm not into skirmish games for the most part.
Yeah,
but like Marvel Crisis Protocol is something that interests me just because the way that you can play it and the characters.
No, I get you. The thing that the Star Wars game that interests me is
X-Wing.
Is that what it is? The
like
space game?
Yeah, X-Wing.
Yeah, that's the one that interests me the most, and that's mostly because I want a Corellian Corvette. Which, if you don't know what the Corellian Corvette is,
Google it.
No, I mean it's just the very first ship that you see in Empire.
Yeah,
the one with the 6 engines in the back that's running away from the Star Destroyer. Yeah, that's a Corellian Corvette.
But that was pretty nice. Like I think most games only field 4 or 5 ships. I could be wrong. I don't follow it that much.
Yeah.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I tried to build those car models and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Man, yeah. I had no patience, and even if I got the car complete, I would suck on putting the stickers.
The decals? Yeah.
They'd be crooked, like going
yes. No, I mean, if you saw that, like, the orcs come with decals, I barely use the decals because I suck at putting them down.
I've never, like, in all my years, I've never used any of the transfers.
Yeah, they are difficult, and the slightest wrinkle will fuck you up.
I agree.
I will say, like, there's a part of me that wants to, like, try them, but there's also a part of me that's like, that's so much work.
Yeah.
I feel like at that point, like, if I flipped up the decal, I'd be like, ah!
The funny thing, mentioning the car thing, remember you had that idea for an orc vehicle?
Yeah.
The Cadillac.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Now you're gonna have me looking for a Cadillac out there with enough space for an orc, or rather I should say, an orc Cadillac that is appropriately sized for Warhammer. So I could be like, all right, this is my truck, Wolf, and just be like, nope, there you go.
No, we need to make that, but make it look like it's like part of like a music video. Got like orcs hanging out of it, twerking.
Puts him on the hood. He's just like,
puts him on the hood. Coming up and just like,
all you gotta do is look for a Cadillac STO.
That's true. Speaking of, something I saw the other day that I haven't seen in a very long time. Lowrider with the hydraulics and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I forgot how dope that was. Just see it in action. Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I've always liked, more than anything else, I'm not big into their hydraulics, but I really, really love their paint schemes.
Yeah, their paint schemes, colors, all that. They're just awesome.
Yeah. The pinstriping that they do, especially when it's done by hand. Like, I've seen some videos where you see the guy kind of like going like this, trying to keep his hand steady.
Never in my hand would I ever be able to hold it steady.
Oh, no, I can't do it.
Man, my pinstriping would be all over. I'm like, hey, that's the new style.
That's the new grade of pinstripe.
Pinstriping is
swirly style.
I pinstripe in the earthquake. One thing I never understood: truck nuts.
No,
I don't know. I don't know who came up with it. I don't know who decided that was a good idea. I never understood. Are you gonna Google who came up with truck nuts?
No.
Okay, thank God.
I don't need that information in my head.
You don't need that on your search history.
Yeah, I keep a lot of useless information in my head. I don't need to know who invented truck nuts.
But like, anytime I go back home, like, I kind of know I'm home because I start seeing a lot more of those. I'm just like, why is this a thing?
Yeah. So on the note of truck nuts, I think we should go ahead and end this.
Do we really want to end it there?
Is there a better place to end it than truck nuts?
Boobies.
No. Okay, we can end it on boobs. Everybody agree on ending it on boobs? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, ending it on the note of boobs, we're going to go ahead and call it an episode there. So, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
I'm so sorry for this.